Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain, game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
How are we all? Welcome back. Round 2. I did say we would be back in less than half an hour, and that we are. Welcome back to Turf Moor House TV. If you are just joining us and you haven't seen earlier, we did a match preview with Johnny, a massive Middlesbrough fan, and it was great to chat to. Absolutely great guy to chat to. Really enjoyed it, and you can go check that out on the channel. It is live now. It will be available on podcast platforms later on as well. It will be available for you to listen to if you want your ears bleeding by tomorrow morning. That said, join us in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to win these games. Really do appreciate all the love and support by everybody so far. It's been tremendous. So thank you very, very much indeed. If you could, people, smash a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also hit that little notification bell. You will then be notified when we next go live. And yeah, we're live quite a bit. We are going to be live quite a bit. As I say, we're going to go live for the Borough game this weekend. We're going to bring you the live watch along for that. And on Sunday, while Anthony's in the pub drinking the beer tokens he's worked very, very hard for, he'll be watching it and probably won't even give a shit who wins between Argentina and France. Sod it. As long as the beer's going down nicely and he doesn't fall ill or follow the weather, his Sunday is all set. We'll bring Andy. Who the fuck's Andy? Anthony in a moment. You can find us on social media. As I say to you all the time, we are a social whore on this platform, and these are the places you can find Turf Moor House TV. And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Herbert. How are you doing, you little Bristolian?
Oh, not too bad, Danny. You?
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Who's Andy?
We're back. I haven't a clue. According to your boss, you're not quite Andy either.
No, I'm way down low in the pile, in the heat.
Hey, in the end, the scum always rises to the top. Don't forget it. Don't you forget it.
It does.
The Stream Elements bot's running. Brill stuff. I'm sure you guys will come in when you are ready. But yeah, Anthony, thanks again for coming on. Let people know where they can find you as you do a show covering that little red badge on your jacket, Arsenal. And funnily enough, just to get it in and rub salt into the wounds, you do it on a Man United channel. Win-win. Let people know where they can watch it.
Yeah, Dan's right, ladies and gentlemen. He's on a Man United channel called Football United TV, where I host a show called Gunners from All Corners. Friday nights at 9 o'clock. We get all Arsenal fans on there, and we talk all things Arsenal. Some Arsenal fans agree with others, and some don't agree with others. So that's what makes a show, isn't it? You know, a good stream.
Yeah, of course it is.
So, but yeah, I mean, if anybody is an Arsenal fan. If they can message me, I think Dan's got my Instagram there as well. You know, give me a message on Instagram, and I'll let you know, and I'll send you a link across. And if you want to join the show, join the show. We'll have a chat.
100%. 100%. Please do check out the links. I think it's I think it's your Twitter below, but I will start tagging your Instagram as well, for people to go to. But yeah, please do get in touch with Anthony. At the moment, the Twitter link is in there, but I will put the Instagram link in as well later on. But we've got 13 games to get you through tonight, as Coventry obviously had a couple of games curtailed during the situation with the pitch and the Wasps, so they're going to have to play catch up. Not the best time to probably play catch up. We're in the midst of games coming thick and fast in this festive period, but this is the game week prior to all that festive madness. I've just got one thing to say regarding the festive stuff. You guys have been full of support and love in the chat all year round. You've been absolutely brilliant, and I can't thank you all enough. So to show a little bit of appreciation, here's just a little video from me to you. Hope you all have a cracking Christmas and New Year. And I'm sure I will at least say that again before we get to the Boxing Day fixtures, because when we do this again, that will be the last one prior to Christmas coming around the corner, and it is coming thick and fast. And so are the games. Redstone's in as well with the comment. It says, "What's up, lads?" No, really. I'm just about to predict some championship games. What about you, mate? That said, hope you are well, mate. And Luke's in, the true red. And hope you are well, Luke. Massive hi to your bad self. Let us know your predictions. Let us know your predictions. Who you think is going to win? I've changed tactic this week. Me and you did pretty well last week. I won't lie. Out of the 12 games, me and you got half of them correct. We both got 6 apiece.
You know what? I was thinking that because last week you went on the fence quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah,
And you had a few of them right. And I thought to myself, yeah, Dan's got it right. So I knew I had 5, and I forgot the is it the West Brom game on Monday? Yeah, so they managed to win because it was 1-1 with 80 minutes gone, and that was the last basically I watched of it, sort of thing. So, and I played 81-2-1 the next day, so you know it was all good.
Yeah. So you got 6, I got 6. Kate got 5, so she wasn't far behind.
Yeah.
However, you at that point, because before you were on 44, she was on 43, you have now taken a 2-point advantage over Kate. So you're on 50, Kate's on 48, and I'm creeping up on 43. So I'm at least sort of still keeping my name in there. But I have changed tack this week. If anybody wonders what Kate's writing is like, that's the sort of stuff she calls me.
Dick. Okay.
Which is always nice. It's
Is that a love
always
letter?
nice.
Does she need these sticky labels and write dick on them on the fridge and on the cupboards and got these ones?
Most of the time she don't. But what I've done is instead, usually you predict yours. Kate's already got hers written down.
Right.
And I sort of just pick mine off what we've spoken about.
Yeah.
I've already wrote mine down, so I can't change what I've picked.
No.
So I thought I'll try a different tactic and see if that works in my favour. Probably not. I'll probably also
well, hopefully it does, Dan. And you know what? It makes a difference to actually see you online without the World Cup flags behind you. It's Christmas cards now, is it? The royal Christmas cards behind
Yeah, I took them down. I took them down. In fact, the actual string that the Christmas cards are hanging on, I took all the
you?
flags off and just kept that one up. Stick up cards over instead.
Fair play.
But
Fair play.
I were going to keep them
Yeah.
up for the final, but I
Well,
thought,
well,
there's
I'm
that
gonna
many
watch.
cards in house that kids are coming home from school with as well.
Oh yeah, my son as well. Do you know what? He's coming with hell of a lot of cards from his friends from his classroom in school, and also I
Lloyd's,
checked in his,
Halifax, NatWest.
yeah, and I checked in his bag, and guess what? I found three love letters in his bag from three girls in his classroom.
Hey!
And I'm winding him up. You know what dads are like? Dads like winding up their
Oh, of
kids,
course
don't
they
they?
do. Of course they do.
That's the nature. That's the nature of us. And he's like, nah, he's mooning and all
Then you've
this and
got the
that.
mum that's always going, "Oh, they're gonna hate you when they get older." Now they
Yeah,
won't. They'll never
yeah,
forget it.
yeah. And oh, leave him alone. I go, all right, I'm only winding him up. But yeah, like I'm gonna see something now. Going back to the World Cup on the final, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna be well, I can't say I don't care who wins. I would like Argentina to win because if you remember, I put a bet on a couple of days before the World Cup, Argentina, 18-1. So I put £20 on it. So if they win the World Cup, I think I pick up around about I think it's £360 with my £20 back.
Are you sure you definitely put Argentina for the World Cup, not the Rugby World Cup next year?
No, definitely this World
Right.
Cup, definitely. So I think because it's Messi's last World Cup, I think he wants it more than anything. So that was the reason why I bet Argentina.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Luke says that's her love name for you, Dan. Well, she's called me worse. And obviously, speaking of people with worse names, the man himself is in. Chris from Leicester to Lad RTV has popped over. He says predictions, but the World Cup's still on. Oh, wait. Yeah, yes, Chris. That division that if you don't book your fucking ideas up in, you'll sort of be coming down to. So, stay calm. In Brendan, you trust and all that jazz. Trust the process, as Anthony will well know. And
Oh, you got to trust the process.
Redstone's gone for a France 2-1. I mean, who knows? We will find out on Sunday. Right, let's get on with it then. Let's get into the nitty gritty of it. Starting with the first game then, the Brummies taking on
Mm.
Reading. Birmingham currently sit 14th in the table. Reading had a bit of a blip of form, but with 2 wins on the bounce now, find themselves in 8th place with 32 points. How do you see this one going?
Well, it was Birmingham's last game was a draw, as we know. Reading, I think I might have got that one wrong last week. But obviously, Paul Ince, he's getting the Reading team back into winning ways. Obviously, winning their last 2. This Birmingham, well, this team it blows hot and cold for me to be honest with you, Dan. One minute
Yeah.
they're winning, then they lose, then they'll blow a win out the bag, against the top team. So you know what? If I'm going to go with Reading on this one, I'll go a 2-1 Reading.
No, that's interesting. I mean, me and Kate, because I know Kate's very busy upstairs doing God's work. She's doing what Eminem does for a living. That's all I'll say, just in case there's little ears. But
Right.
she's doing what Eminem and a few other people do for a living upstairs, especially with this time of year. But yeah, me, Kate, and yourself all going for the same team. Oh, she's in. She's in. I knew she wouldn't let us down. There she is. She says she's gone with Reading.
Okay.
Redstone says Birmingham 0, Reading 1. Shane Long to score late on. That would be
Yeah.
really interesting. And Luke says 2-0 to Reading as well. So I think the consensus is saying Reading to win. However, Chris, if you are still in, none of your 6-0s came off last week. Sorry to let you down. None of your 6-0 wins for the home side came off.
No, 7. He went 7, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he did. He kept going 7-0. That were it.
It was 7-0, yeah.
He says, is Kate available Friday night for the show, seeing as you're not?
Well, all you can do is ask.
Any need for that? Any need for that? Wouldn't ever miss a prediction show, dick. See, so she has been watching and staying quiet in the background. Little shit house.
Yeah.
she knows how to push the buttons. But all three of us, yeah, it was 7-0.
Yeah.
Look, Chris, whether it was 7-0, 6-0, you didn't even. I was trying to make it sound better that you were nearer to a scoreline with 6 than 7. You just make yourself sound like an idiot by adding an extra one. I was trying to be nice to you. I can get it right. I was just trying to be generous. That said,
So if Kate's calling you a dick, does that mean you're a dick or a lovable dick, Dan? Is that what?
well, I mean, dicks can be useful. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Although half of the time when she calls me dick, it's probably alongside the useless dick. It says there, Morehouse, shithouse, goes hand in hand, right? Love you. It's love you, not love you. I'm not your pal. It's love you. Luke says, well done, Kate. Dan will still be bottom come next week. Chris says, me, an idiot. I thought I'd join the both of you in here. Well, no. This might be a mental asylum, but we work here. You're a resident. There you go.
But that's true. It's because with what I've got on, what I'm wearing, and what you've got on your head, Dan, we're just both top of the league. That's what it is. I mean,
Exactly. Exactly. When can, apart from Leicester doing a Blackburn and saying 95 this or 2015 that,
yeah, true.
History is irrelevant. We're in there now, top of the league. Mark drop. Hey,
Anyway, Chris,
you've done a lot of
mate?
You've done a lot of mark dropping, Chris, and a lot of slut dropping in your time, probably. So I've heard. Make sure them knees are looked after. On to the next one, then. On to the next one, and it's your boys at home to Stoke, down at Ashton Gate. Currently sat in 16th, Bristol City, with a win last week. And you're facing a Stoke side currently sat in 19th, only a point difference. I mean, the win last week would have given you massive belief, especially going into this one when the points are so close.
Yeah. It's you know what? It is. I kind of find this funny actually because when Stoke was in the Premier League, that used to be Arsenal's bogey team at one time. Now I find it's just they get relegated, and then we find out it's Bristol City's bogey team. So we didn't really sometimes we didn't really play that well against Stoke, but obviously being my home team and the win that we had last week. Stoke obviously they drew their last game. So do you know what? I'm gonna go. Do you know what? I'm gonna go on the fence with this one, Dan. I'm gonna go for a draw.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know I started positive there, but I'm gonna go on the fence because Stoke at home. Obviously, if we win, great. But if not, we'd be happy to just like take a point and move on.
No, not a bad shout. Chris has gone big. To be expected. They're Richmond sausages. However, Kate's gone for a Bristol City win.
Cheers, Kate.
True Red says Arsenal Burnley flying high at the top in first. You've got to have a proper deep dive to find Leicester.
I wonder what Chris's comeback is about.
Ant on the fence. Who knew?
I'm not a peeping Tom, Chris.
He asked Kate how was visiting the homestead today. A car crash, literally, but we didn't visit, just passed through. It doesn't feel like home, I must say. True Red's gone for Bristol City to win 2-1. Redstone's gone for
Thank you.
3-2 to Bristol City. Semenyo, Vyman,
Yeah.
and Vyman double. Tyrese Campbell and Lewis Baker's scored. Gone with all the goal scorers there as well. I mean,
Gone with it.
big
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah. I mean, our top one at the minute is Conway. He's a good striker at the minute.
Oh, Tommy
So
Conway's decent, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I've backed Bristol City as well. I'm with Kate and everybody else in the chat. I've gone for Bristol City to win. But you know your team, Anthony. So who knows what could happen? I could see there being causes for a point with how
Yeah.
close the teams are. Neither team will want to lose that. But these are the games where you have to really be going out to get all 3 points.
That's right. Yeah.
That said, Turf Moor, 3:00 on Saturday. Burnley take on Middlesbrough, who have found quite a bit of form of late. Since Michael Carrick's come in, he's got them playing some really good football. They've got 1-3 on the bounce. In fact, they're unbeaten in the last 5, having 4
Yeah.
wins out of 5. They're unbeaten as well, 4 on the road. Hoping to make it 5 clean ones. They're on 30 points in 12th position. Burnley top of the league with 44. However, a win for Borough could at least put them within touching distance of the playoffs. And the way Carrick's got them playing at the moment, I mean, this could be a potential upset, even though Burnley did start really well last week with a 3-0 win against QPR.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you got to think Michael Carrick. He's done a fantastic job there at Middlesbrough, being so low down, of the league and getting them up to winning ways. So what you said, they've won 4. Well, they've won 4 of their 5 and drawn 1. Burnley's won 4 of their 5, but like what you said as well, Dan, they've lost 1 in that one as well. So it is close to call. I mean, if obviously you don't want Burnley to lose, but if Burnley did lose this, you could most probably, by 1 goal, I would say, you could most probably sort of understand why.
Yeah.
But I think if you're at home, you'd have home advantage. So in that case,
We're unbeaten at Turf Moor as well so far.
yeah, that's right, yeah. And I think I'm gonna have to. What I'll have to do, I'll have to do a Chris. I'll go 7-0 Middlesbrough. No, I'm only joking. No, I'll go for the Burnley win on this one. I could say 2-1, but just Burnley win.
No, fair shout. Kate says, I'll always go with Burnley. 100%. 100%. Tonks is in. Tonks, how are you doing, sir? Hope you are well. He's coming with his, as we can say it, is Scottish shite, his absolute pesh. He's put, we are the people. And then says, yes, we are, man. Hope you're well, Tonks. Hope you're well, mate. Redstone's gone. Burnley 1, Borough 2. Well, I can tell you right now, you've got your scorers wrong because Josh Cullen for Burnley is suspended. So he won't be playing in that midfield. However, and you've got the scoreline wrong anyway, Redstone. So, each to their own. You got it all wrong. True Red's gone 1-1. Chris went, Vegos to get a brace. Oh, wait. You never know. Leg brace, neck brace. Depends what happens to him in that Besiktas game. He'll take quarter. Either way, the scoreline won't be 2-1. I'm only pulling your leg anyway. I understand they are only predictions and everyone's opinion is welcome. Kate's gone for Burnley. You've gone for Burnley. I'm not going to not back my own team, of course. So I have gone for a Burnley win as well. Another 2 teams languishing at the bottom half of the table. Cardiff and Blackpool. Blackpool currently sit in 23rd place, only only 4 points above bottom of the league, Huddersfield. Again, they have lost their last 5, maybe more. I can only see the last 5 here. But they're facing Cardiff, who are 20th, literally 2 points in front of them, and they have drawn their last game, but also lost the previous 2 before that. Cardiff at home, you'd probably think have the advantage, but you
Yeah.
can never rule Blackpool out.
No, you can't. No. The reason being is if you actually watch Blackpool this season, I mean, I've watched a couple of games when Blackpool's played, and they play good, exciting football. You know, they're really good on the attack, but obviously where they're poor is in defence. Because obviously the goal difference sees it. Oh, I think they're on like -9 or 10. In Cardiff, their goal difference is not that great. I think their goal difference is roughly the same as Blackpool's as well, if I'm not
Yeah, Cardiff
mistaken.
have
But
Cardiff have -8, Blackpool have -9.
yeah, so and it's like what you
A little
said
bit
with the
like the weather
points.
outside.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna work tomorrow. But yeah, it's do you know what? I'm not gonna go, even though Cardiff is at home, but they should have home advantage. But you know what? I'm not gonna pick Cardiff for this one. I think you know what? I'm gonna go on the fence with this one, Dan. I think he's gonna. I think both teams are cancel each other out, and you know, I don't think there's going to be a lot in this game. I don't think there's going to be loads of goals in this game. So I feel it's going to be like I reckon it'd be a 1-1 draw. So that's why I'm going to go on the fence.
No, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Kate's gone for a draw as well. Redstone's gone 2-0 to Cardiff. Callum Robinson and NG to score. Niall's in. Big up to yourself, Niall. Hope you're well.
You got that?
Redstone says, by the way, what are your thoughts on Vegos now? I think Dash was using him wrong. Nah, I think it's his comments that he's come out with since we got relegated. But let's see. Let's see what happens. I know there's no according to company, there is no buyback clause, not buyback clause. There's no recall clause in the loan move
No.
to Besiktas. So it's just a case of reviewing the situation at the end of the season. However, Besiktas, the cheeky gets, tried to ask Burnley if they can lower the €10 million valuation that's already in place for them to buy on a perm at the end of the loan move. I mean, this is a bloke who's just scored 2 goals in a quarterfinal of a World Cup. And you've then gone, any chance we can lower the thing? Oh, yeah, perfect. I mean, maybe ask that like a couple of days before that happened. But that happened, and it'd just be like, ha, ha, ha. No, agreement's in place. Either pay the price or sod off.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Dan, it's like strikers and midfielders.
I'd love to
in the
see what he can do in this company side. I really want to see how well he'd fit into it.
Yeah, yeah. And to be honest with you, if he wanted to go and you did sell him, I mean, there's people leaving the Championship, whether they're going abroad or whether in the Premier League, and they're going for like 20 million. So, do you know what I mean? So, if you don't want to come and play for you, get as much money as you can. Because to be honest with you, I think when you signed him last season, back in I think it was January, wasn't it?
Yeah,
January
we did,
window. Was it around about 18 million?
14, I think.
14.
Yeah,
Right, so in that case, then, I mean, to be honest with you, I think what 18 million. I reckon that's a steal, knowing what he's done in the World Cup so far and what he's
especially
capable
if he
of
does
doing.
come back next season and in pre-season he's banging them in for fun. You know, that's going to help us.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
we shall see.
Yeah.
Luke says there, Cardiff 1, Blackpool 2, build the gap over Huddersfield. And you know what? I am with Luke. I have gone for Blackpool. I've gone for Blackpool to beat Cardiff. Even though they're in a worse off position, they'll be hungry more for the points, which is why I think this is where they'll turn up against Cardiff. However, I can see why you and Kate have gone on the old Forian fence. Next up, then, we have Coventry at Swansea. You will see Coventry twice in this list. As I stated at the beginning, Coventry have got games in hand after all the pitch issues. But first up, They take on Swansea. And Coventry sit currently in 15th. In 15th. However, Swansea are up there within the pack. They're in 10th actually. They've dropped off a bit. I thought they were a little bit higher than that. But again, only 2 points between the sides. Swansea have drawn the last three, and then lost again. Coventry had won 4 on the bounce, and then lost their recent fixture, which was to Reading last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right.
That was a very close game as well. I mean, Coventry did start to put that good run of form together.
Yeah.
Swansea, again, they're a team that, a bit like Middlesbrough last season, started pretty well. This season, started well. Seemed to dropped off a little bit.
Yes, I mean Swansea are really struggling. They were up towards the well, I can remember like I think it was like the first 10, 12 games of the season maybe. They were in the top three. I mean,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
challenging you up towards the top, weren't they? But
They
with
They
Burnley.
were on an unbeaten run before we played them. They were
Yeah,
on an unbeaten run before we played them, and then obviously they had a good 6 minutes against us, and then we tonked them 4-0.
yeah, yeah. And then they've suffered ever since. So I mean, to be honest with you, you look at in previous games, you think to yourself, Coventry's won 4 and lost 1. So and they're at home, so you most probably favour Coventry within that aspect. But then you think, well, Swansea are due a win, and
Yeah.
this is a perfect time to get one. But the way our things are going at the minute, I could be wrong by saying this, but I don't know if Swansea's going to beat this one because the Coventry side that are playing at the minute are they're quite good. They got good team spirit within that team, and they play really well. So I'm going to go for a Coventry City win on this one, Dan.
You're not the only one. You backed, all three of us have backed the home side. Nobody to back Swansea, who are just a smidge higher in the table, but not much points. As it says there, Kate, as it says there, Kate says there, wow, that's me in the doghouse. Coventry have done fairly well considering all the missed games since getting into the swing of things. Yeah, if they win their games in hand, then there's a very good chance that they can be up there within the playoffs. Kate says, I've gone with Coventry for that reason. Redstone says 0-0 for this. I don't really see Swansea's attack getting through Panzo and McFadzine. Hold on, McFadzine might be out. He didn't play the last match for Cov.
Yeah,
But Luke's gone. Coventry 1-0 over Swansea as well. So it is a clean sweep for myself, Kate, and your good self, all back in the home side in that one. Swiftly moving on then to bottom of the league, Huddersfield. This is a game that, I mean, Huddersfield have been naff, absolutely naff.
yeah,
And this is that game where everyone goes, Watford, 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 and it could be the banana skin of the weekend. They are rock bottom with 19 points. Watford up there with 34 points in 5th place. Watford drawn the last two games.
yeah.
Surely got to be too strong for Huddersfield.
Yeah, they are. Obviously, as you can tell, Huddersfield, they need to bring their A game, obviously, to even pick up a point against Watford. And they haven't got that at this minute of time. To be honest with you, I can see this team, Huddersfield. I can see them going down. I think they will get relegated, but they'll come straight back up. They'll most probably win the league next season, from League One, and hopefully, if they do, they beat Bristol Rovers twice because they're shit. Bristol Rovers can't stand them. So yeah, so I'm gonna go. Do you know what, Dan? I'm gonna say this. So when the next game comes up, when it comes up, you know what I'm gonna say. Watford is gonna win this one, which I've
Mm-hmm.
gone for a Watford win. And you know what? When they win this, they're gonna go above Blackburn Rovers.
Get in, especially
Yeah.
when Blackburn get their game. We'll mention them, Dirty and Breads, a little bit later on. But yeah, it's a clean sweep for that one as well. Redstone's gone 0-0 again. Huddersfield can't score at the moment. As the missus says, Huddersfield are not great. Watford are very up and down. Can't get worse than Huddersfield, or I've gone with a Watford win. Luke says, Wininfield 0, Watford 2. Redstone says, I think Huddersfield are missing Colwell and Naby Sarr, two players there that, to be fair, even if they were available, haven't really helped them out this season. So probably won't be much of a miss. So yeah, a clean sweep for everybody in terms of the Watford game. Talking of teams beginning with H, from Hud to Hull. Hull hosting Sunderland at the MKM Stadium. Hull currently sitting 21st with 25 points. Sunderland in 11th with 30. So there's only a 5-point difference. Hull have drawn and lost their last two games. Sunderland had 2 wins on the bounce before last weekend, where they suffered defeat to West Brom. Dying moments for Daryl DK coming up with the winner in that one as well. Again, Hull started the season really, really well, flying in the division. Their manager went. They've had the recent sad loss of their former owner as well. I think I forgot what he were called now. Egyptian bloke, weren't he? I can't remember what he were called, but
I read about. I can't remember what he's called. Yeah, I read about this.
Summer Alam, innit? Summer Alam. He sadly passed on. But that said, Hull have been poor. Sunderland probably were expecting a lot better this season. I know a few of their fans was hoping for back-to-back promotions, but I think they've realised the step up from League One can be a little bit too tricky.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, everybody knows you've been in there. Obviously, you're in there now, Dan. You've been in there before. Chris knows what it feels like with Leicester. This championship table, this league, the Championship League, it is so bloody hard to get out of. It's easy to get out of if you're going to get bloody relegated. You know what I mean? You're not pulling your weight up, and that sort of thing. But even it's hard sometimes even to reach the playoffs. So I mean, and we've only done that. We've only done that once and got to the final. Funny enough, we lost the whole city. Dean Windass scored the goal. That was a great day out, bastard. So, but yeah, and we struggled since. So to be honest with you, it's like what I said. There's a bit of gloom and doom going around Hull City at the minute, and but unfortunately for them, I can only see a win going one way, and that's going to be to the away team, Sunderland.
No, fair shout. Fair shout. You and Kate both back in Sunderland then. Kate says there she's gone with a Sunderland win. Redstone says 1-0 Hull. Seri with the goal. Former Fulham man is Redstone's going for, and Luke's going for 1-1. Funnily enough, Luke, again, I've joined. This is where I finally have gone on the fence. I've finally predicted a draw. I've not done as many as last week, but yes, I have gone on the fence between these two. Back to Lancashire then. Preston at Deepdale entertain QPR, who got a 3-0 thrashing of against the Clarets. However, they have now announced new manager. What were he bloody called? Is it Neil Summit or other? Is it Neil? He's just taken over. Was former Blackpool manager.
Oh, bloody hell.
Critchley. Critchley,
Yes,
yeah, Critchley's
yes.
the
Blank spot in my head. Yeah, yeah, you are right. Yeah, and to be honest with you, how would how would I rate him as a manager? Hmm. Well, we'll see. I'll keep my mouth shut on that one, but we'll see.
we will. We will. I mean,
Yeah,
are QPR going to have that new manager bounce? Are Preston, I mean, they had an emphatic win last week, fired them up into the playoff spots with, I think it was, yeah, they won 4-1.
or
Uh,
one against you know,
4-1 against Blackburn. Funnily enough, the
you
game
took
before that, they also beat Millwall 4-2. You know,
it did.
prior to the thing as well. So they've managed to get 4 goals in their last 2 games. And as I say, Preston currently in 6th with 34 points. QPR in 9th with 31. So they could go level, but QPR have lost 4 on the bounce now. Preston had 3 wins, lost 1, got back to winning ways with this fixture. Being
Yeah.
at home, you'd have to say maybe their away form is probably better, Preston, but back on home soil against a QPR that just look a little bit lost at the moment. How do you see this one going?
Well, I got to be honest with you. The manager, the new manager, PPR, no. You look at the results over the last how QPR has played, and I don't know if he's watching. A certain guy called Connor, but I got to be honest with you. I can't. I can see QPR picking up points, but I can't see him picking up points not just yet. When I
Yeah,
say picking up points, I can see him picking up points around about New Year. I think this manager, it take time for him to settle in, speak to the players, get the players playing how he wants them to. But he's more of a defending type of manager than attacking opportunities because the teams that he's actually managed for some particular reason in 90 minutes they managed to get about 8 shots on goal, which to me is a bit poor in 90 minutes. The whole team having 8 shots in 90 minutes. I
yeah.
didn't like that. So that's the reason why I can't see QPR definitely doing nothing in this game. So I'm going to go for a Preston win on this one, Dan.
Preston win.
Preston win.
Preston
And
win.
you got to think that the way they played last week and played and beat your second favorite team, unreal.
You're a dick. Yeah, a fantastic win for Preston. Just goes to show that the other 2 teams in Lancashire can do very well and get a 3-goal cushion against the horse botherers down
I
the
like how
road.
Kate calls you a dick and you passes it on. So everything she called you is like, yeah, that's all right. I'll just pass it on to Anthony on the prediction show next week.
Sod it, why not?
Yeah,
Kate's gone with Preston as well. I've gone with Preston. So I do apologise to any QPR fans watching, but it's only a prediction. Don't take it that
yeah.
I hate your club or anything. No matter who
No,
I've
I don't
predicted
hate
today.
QPR. I think they're a good team, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just feel that they've got a bit of problem. They soon start winning games, but I think with this manager, it just takes time. I think it'll take longer than what it should do.
Yeah, it should. It should. Redstone's gone 0-0 because it's Preston.
Mm.
Redstone is off as well. So take it easy. Thank you very much for the predictions. Keep them coming.
Interesting.
If you miss any of them, let us know. Put a comment in afterwards. If you're joining us and you haven't put your comments in, and you're watching this on catch up, then put them in. Get all the games, write the games down, have a look on your phone, give us your predictions in the comment section as well. Luke says there, but hope you're well, Redstone. Take it easy and see you very soon. Luke says Preston 2-1. Very difficult to predict. Preston bang on form. QPR new manager, 100%. But yeah, it's a full house for PNE. Speaking of teams in good form, West Brom, they left it late. The other night against Sunderland. But that said, since Carlos Corberan has come in, they have won their last 4 on the bounce, got themselves out of the relegation zone, currently sat in 17th. And funnily enough, in 18th is Rotherham, and they are level on points. You'd have to say, though, in terms of momentum and form, the home side look the better of the two.
Yeah, they definitely got it. And it's not just that, Dan. I mean, if you put two of the teams, their players' names down on a bit of paper, you pick West Brom all day. So,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? So, with them being known, and that with what I just said, Rotherham were dire against us when we beat them 3-1. They were absolutely dire, and I thought that they're going to go on a losing spell. Rotherham, they always do that round about this time of year, between the Christmas and New Year period, and they start picking up round about towards middle, maybe late January. So, and I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but you know that's what I've always noticed it. So for this one, I'm going to go for West Brom win.
No, fair shout. I'm with you. I've gone for West Brom. Kate, however, has gone on the fence. Kate's gone on the fence with it. She's gone for a draw. Knowing that both teams are level, does that give Rotherham a little bit of an incentive to at least try and win this one? I mean, even Luke's gone for a 1-1. So I can understand where you guys are coming from in terms of the position, level on points. I just think with West Brom's form, and I think you'd probably agree that West Brom, like you said, if you were predicting this, then
he's gone.
Sorry, yeah. Then you'd have gone for West Brom. I don't know why I had a bit of a brain fart. To be fair, then Kit says, "Blimey, only game me and Anthony haven't agreed on." That's a lie.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
No, that's a lie.
No, that's the second one.
VAR says that is not true. The only other one was Anthony went for Bristol City to draw against Stoke, where me and you, Kate, both went for Bristol City. So they're the only two that you and Anthony haven't agreed on.
But then, to be honest with you, Dan, if that does actually happen, if Bristol City draw and West Brom win, West Brom goes above Bristol City by a point.
Ooh, don't want that.
No, but it's just because we got Stoke. You know, sometimes we don't play that great against Stoke. It's what we call our bogey team. Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
We have beaten Stoke, and we have, but you know, it just swaps and changes all the time. So they're pretty much our bogey team in this league.
She says there she's realised the mistake. Oh yeah, shocker. Speaking of shockers, these dirty gits take on Norwich. Oh my God, at Carrow Road. Norwich up there in 4th, 35 points. 3rd place, the Inbreds with 36. Norwich have a superior goal difference over Blackburn as well if they win. They've got +7, where Blackburn are -1. So swings and roundabouts as much as the points there. Norwich did win their last game. Blackburn have lost 2 on the bounce. How do you see it? Do you think Blackburn are looking at another 3rd defeat? I mean, fans of Blackburn are starting to ask questions of John Dalton-Masson. Is the squad capable?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I was watching that game for Blackburn in that was the early kickoff, wasn't it? It was I think it was around about
Blackburn Preston,
Yeah. And I was watching that, and he was just literally stood there on the top. He didn't even know what to do. He couldn't even shout any instructions to the team. That was
Wow.
how disappointed he was. Maybe it was because it was snowing in that game. Maybe it had an effect on him. You know, obviously their playing tactics and their skill and that. But
Yeah, could have.
let's not that.
Could have.
Let's not that. Let's not that get in the way. But I got to be honest with you. I think Norwich. You know, they got home advantage. Like I keep saying every stream, Dan. Since they got relegated, they hadn't even got rid of one player in Norwich City. So it that that says it all really. So I'm going to go for a Norwich win on this one. And the other thing for as well is Blackburn Rovers. I can't believe a team that is actually third in the championship and their goal difference is on a minus. What is that
Yeah.
all about?
Yeah, I
So
mean, looking at it, the
yeah,
the only other team on a minus in that top, well, you have to go down to 8th, Reading in 8th for a minus, which
yeah,
is they've got -6, then QPR -1, then -2 for Swansea. But yeah, they're third position with -1. That's poor, very very poor in terms of the goal difference. But it is a clean sweep. It is a clean sweep. Kate's gone for Norwich. I've gone for Norwich. You've gone for Norwich. And yeah, the Three Musketeers are back together again. Shall I just put you down for Luton, mate?
yeah. Fuck it.
I mean, we know full well your allegiance to Millwall is non-existent.
I just
And
think like
they
them.
are, where are they? I mean, they are 7th in the table, by the way. They are 7th in the
Yeah,
table. Luton in 13th. Points wise, there's only 2 points difference. Luton have lost their last game where Millwall drew.
yeah,
But being at Kenilworth Road, it's a dainty little place. You're really close to the pitch.
yeah.
It's a bit of a dive, basically. But I mean, these are the games that are quite tasty, aren't they? It looks like it's boring when you say Luton Millwall, but these are the sort of games where you expect them to be a few, fireworks.
Few fireworks going. Yeah, yeah. Definitely between these two. I feel that if I was to pick a game with goals in it, it'd be this one. You know, I reckon it's one of those. It'd be goals scored in this game, but it'd be dirty play, challenges going in there, cards, God knows what, given, and it'd just be like a good old English, like game like from years ago sort of thing. So this one will be a really good game, and I'm gonna go. Obviously, as you know, Dan, I'm gonna go for a Newton win on this one because I cannot stand Millwall. I hate Millwall with a passion. When they used to come down to us, I'm sorry if there's any Millwall fans watching, but you know, I just think you're a bunch of I can't say the word, Dan.
Asbo kids.
Yes, yes, that will do.
Uh,
You lot are like Dan's neighbours.
You're not wrong there. You are
Yeah,
definitely not wrong with that one. Kate's gone for Millwall. Kate has backed Millwall. You've gone for Luton.
yeah,
I've gone on the fence. I've gone down the middle, so it's an even split all
yeah.
the way across, which I don't think we've had yet. We've
No,
not had a all separate prediction, which is absolutely cracking.
yeah.
But
Definitely
Kate's gone
interesting,
for
isn't it?
Millwall, definitely. Eugene's gone for a home win for Luton, and hope you're well, Eugene, as well. Hope you
Yeah,
are
Eugene.
well. And Luke says 2-1 Millwall. So he's gone for the Lions. Let's move on from them then. Let's not give them any more limelight, shall we? The Pie Eaters, Wigan against Sheffield United, those that love a greasy chip butter. Wigan will say, nah, stick a pie between two pieces of bread. You're laughing. Sheffield United saying salt and vinegar and a couple of chips. Sheffield United in second, though, doing really, really well. They've won the last two after that little blip. And obviously, Wigan are in the bottom three. 24 points, won and drawn their last two. Sheffield United, they know full well they've got to keep momentum up, especially if, with they're being 3 points behind now with Burnley being top.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, obviously, you look at this game where they are positioned in the league, you pick Sheffield United. But with Wigan, with Toure, right? The Arsenal ex-centre back. Trouble is, though, I've noticed when I watched the highlights of Wigan, and I got to be honest with you, their defence, it wasn't that bad because they drew their last game, didn't they, Wigan, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I
And
think they did. Yeah, they did.
he had that defence pretty much sorted, but they're going to be learning from Cali Toure's tactics.
Funnily enough, that were
Um,
away at Millwall.
yeah, I think I had them to win as well, didn't I?
You,
Wigan.
you went for Wigan, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? I think in one way, I think that Cali Toure will definitely improve the tactics wise at the back and in the midfield. They could be a little bit poor scoring up front, Wigan, but I don't know whether they'll buy anybody in January or maybe get a loan or player on a free, but I can see them improving Wigan and I can see them avoiding relegation, to be honest with you.
They're only a point
Um,
away from Hull and getting out
yeah,
of the relegation. So, a point for them could really, get them out of this.
get them out of this, yeah. And to be honest with you, it's like what I said, with the problems what's going around with Hull City at the minute, they are going to be on a bit of a spiral going down. So I'm going to go. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a Sheffield United win on this one, but I think he's going to be by. I reckon he's going to be by an odd goal. I'm going to go 2-1 Sheffield United. The only reason being is because Wigan hasn't got really any. They got strikers up front, but they haven't got like that a prolific goal scorer. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
That
that's
last
their
season, they had
downfall.
Will Keane. Will
Yeah,
Keane in League One was absolutely ripping it up. This season, it sort of dried up quite a bit.
it has. Yeah.
But no, that's another clean sweep, an absolute clean sweep. Myself, yourself, and Kate, my good lady, has gone for Sheffield United win. Eugene's also gone for a Sheffield United win, and so has Luke. As I say, people, get involved, get your predictions in, and we'll get your comments up on the screen. That would be fantastic. Last game then, Wednesday night. Coventry play their game in hand against West Brom. Obviously, the tables could look a little bit different by Wednesday night, but Coventry,
Yeah.
as we said earlier, in 15th, did win the last four, but lost last weekend to Reading 1-0. West Brom, again, are four unbeaten in this division. Away from home against Coventry, who have a point to prove. I don't know. The fact that they've got these game in hands, this is one of those that could go either way for me. I'll call it now. I've gone on the fence. I've gone for a draw, just because I think Coventry will want to make good use of the fact that these game in hands could be pivotal for them.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, what a good time it is to have a game in hand, isn't it? Really, if you think about it, there's Christmas coming up as well.
Yeah,
So,
games galore
um,
over Christmas.
yeah. So I feel. I mean, you went on the fence, and before you actually said you was going to go on the fence, that was the first thing that was going to pop into my head. I was actually going to say I was going to go on the fence on this game, and the only reason being is because where they are in the table, West Brom are picking up points. They're winning, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah,
And despite I know Coventry lost last week, but you've got to take their last 4 games into consideration as well. So they have won 4 in their last 5. So, and it does make you think. I mean, obviously, if you put, like I said in West Brom's last game, you put their team, their players' names down on paper, you would most probably edge it to West Brom. But
Oh
the
yeah.
way the way the 2 teams are playing at the minute, uh, I was going to go. I don't know whether to go on the fence or go for a shocking Coventry City win. You know what? I'll go the same as you, Dan. Because you're doing amazing in this prediction. Um, yeah, I'll go the same as you. I'll go on the fence with it, and I'll most probably end up being wrong. But I'll go with you on this one. I'll go on the fence as well.
Why not? Why not? At least I've got someone to talk to. Kate, however, she has gone out of the 2 with a Coventry win. Although I'm thinking I may get the ones with West Brom wrong, but you were on the cusp. You were on the cusp of going for that as well.
Yeah, I was.
And Luke's done it as well. Luke's gone for Coventry to beat West Brom. So midweek is also different to predict, but depends what happens this weekend. Eugene says away win for West Brom. None of us see West Brom getting the win against Coventry, which is quite astounding. But again, it's all predictions. It's all opinions, and opinions are like arseholes. We all have one.
We all have one.
But that is this week's predictions. And can't thank you enough, Anthony, for the support throughout them. As I say, I know we've got another one to do prior to Christmas. But I'm going to wrap it up because it's freezing down here and I want to get upstairs and get led in that bed. The electric blanket's on and I can't wait to get up there and get warm.
Well,
I need going out.
It on last night. I had the electric blanket on last night for the first time.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, me and the missus was fighting over it.
The only problem is, though, you end up like falling asleep, don't you? And then you'd forget to turn it off and you're like,
Yeah. And then I woke up halfway through the night and I thought, why the bloody hell was it freezing? And she had the duvet, she pulled the duvet over herself. So it came off of me.
What is it with women doing that? They like tuck it into themselves as well. So you've got about like this much practically covering your left nipple and that's it.
Yeah. And you wake up in the night, and the only reason why you wake up in the night is minus like 7 or 8 outside, and you think, fucking hell, my balls are like ice cubes. What's going on? And you look down, you think, well, that's the reason why. Got the duvet, they got the electric duvet over it, and you're just there, like, oh, shivering.
No, to be fair, I've had my orders. Best bring a brew with you, or else you can stay on the sofa. I know she wouldn't let me stay on the sofa. If I went, okay, then, and stayed on the sofa, she'd come down and go, I don't think so. Get up them stairs now.
Yes. Yeah. Is that with the brew?
Oh, no. She'd probably just hit me over the head with a cup. No in, but...
Yeah, get up those stairs. Have a few words, and then halfway through the night, you start spooning.
Always do. She cuddles into me. Then I play big spoon, fall asleep, and then I wake up and she's gone. She's up and downstairs with kids in the morning, and I get up about half an hour later.
Oh well, that's more than what I get, Dan. Honestly, that's more than me. That's more. I mean, nothing goes on my bed. I call it a fucking Dead Sea, to be honest with you. Is but yeah,
says here, this weekend is the last games in the championship into after Christmas. No, yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is indeed. But we will be doing another prediction on the 22nd, I believe. The 22nd is next Thursday, so we will be back. Yeah, the 22nd. We will be back for that, and we'll be covering all the games throughout Boxing Day and the days after. So we will be back, Anthony and myself we'll
Yeah.
both be here to bring you through that. And obviously, yeah, if I don't see you before Eugene, though, have a good Christmas and a prosperous New Year. And Kate says you wouldn't say okay, then you'd bring the brew.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Anthony, thanks again. Really appreciate it. Tell people again where they can find you and the show that you have on Fridays.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My name is Anthony Herbert. You can also find me on a show on Friday nights at 9 o'clock. We're not streaming it at the minute because of the World Cup, but as soon as the Premier League starts back, it'll be on obviously Fridays at 9 o'clock. It's called Gunners from All Corners and it is on Football United TV. I know it sounds a bit dodgy, but the guy that owns it is Matt. He's a good guy, and for him to be a Man United fan, for me to host Gunners from All Corners on a Man United stream, well, there you go.
No, that's
I
true.
think he's
That's
the only
true.
Man United. I think he's him and my brother are the only Man United fans I like. So oh, there's talk as well. Talk
Tolerable
any
ones. The
yeah,
tolerable
yeah, the
ones.
horrible ones. Yeah, yeah. I can't stand the horrible ones. The ones that moans a lot. Oh, they didn't realise they ain't winning nothing under Ten Hag this season. Nothing.
They won't even win 10 bob.
Nah.
Never mind all else. Thank you very much, everyone, for getting your predictions in. Really, really do appreciate it. As I say, we will be back doing another predictions show on the 22nd next Thursday at the usual time, 9 p.m. We will also be covering this weekend. If you haven't been with us already this week, we are covering the Burnley versus Middlesbrough live watch along on Saturday, and also we will give you the updates on the third place playoff between Croatia and Morocco. Then on Sunday we will be doing the World Cup final. I say Anthony will be sloshed somewhere in the middle of Bristol, but we will be we'll be bringing you the live watch along here from 2:45, and then from then Wednesday night, next Wednesday, prior to our next prediction show, Burnley take on Manchester United at Old Trafford in the round of 16 in the Carabao Cup. So let's hope for another win for the Clarets there as well. But it is all happening. It is the festive period. I'm still going to try and bring you the shows during Christmas and whatnot. If I have to pre-record some, I have to pre-record some. If some are live recordings, I will do what I can to keep you guys informed and bring you the match previews, etc. But until then, we will see you on Saturday with our next video, Burnley versus Borough. Thanks again, Anthony. All the best, and I'm sure I'll speak to you soon. And thank you to everybody as when Kate says, and you'll be sloshed with an hangover Sunday. I've already got an hangover. You just wait till I take this top off. And then when I oh fuck's sake.
Is that with a cup of tea in your hand?
Yeah, you better have a cup of tea in your hand. I'll keep it warm. I'll tuck it under the belly fold.
With a biscuit.
Put a few rich tea in my belly button. Get them out of there. That said, though, people, please do keep supporting us. We will see you Saturday, 2:45 for the watch along. Burnley versus Middlesbrough, live from Turf Moor. Well, live from my front room, but that's where the game is. And we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.